The following program is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Some of the events and/or actions may not be suitable for younger viewers. This program deals with the supernatural, mainly events of a paranormal nature occurring within the walls of an infamously haunted location known as the Conjuring House. The actual people in the show, seasoned investigators into spirit phenomena, are completely aware of the risks involved with this undertaking. The views of this program and its host anchor, George Lopez, do not reflect those of the people actually at this iconic locale. Even though the anchor, George Lopez, co-wrote a book with Andrea Perron called In a Flicker, available on Amazon and most other online book retailers, has never been to the Conjuring House. Oh sure, people tell George all the time, "I'll buy George an airplane ticket so he can visit the farm." To this day, he still sits in limbo in the vast, sweltering, muggy wasteland known as Florida, with his dream yet fulfilled. Let it be known that if George Lopez dies before having the opportunity to visit Conjuring House, he has vowed to haunt all of you. Please enjoy the show. Another event, and I'm stuck in Florida. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Dead Air Live, right here on the Dead Air Full Spectrum channel. We are simulcasting with KGRADB.com, KGRA on Facebook and on YouTube. My name is George Lopez, and a surprising return as a co-host. Our producer, Bill Forte, in the co-host seat tonight for this Dead Air live special coming to you from the Conjuring House. Bill, I hate this.
Why are we here? We should be there.
It's a nanny boo boo from everybody that I know up there. Look where we are. How are things in Florida? And I was thrilled to death that we dropped down to 82 for this evening. Checking the forecast in Harrisville, Rhode Island, they're going to be in the 60s tonight. Gorgeous 60s.
50s here tonight.
And I don't want to hear that. It's just terrible. Well, but thank you guys all for joining us tonight. This is going to be an incredible show. We've had people on from prior events such as the Dark Zone, talking about their case and their event going on at the Conjuring House. We've had Andrea Perron come on and talk to us. We've had the Hineses come on and talk to us. And it's always been a great adventure and always great stories coming from the farmhouse on Round Top Road. But tonight, we're doing something unprecedented. First time here on Dead Air Live, where we are bringing you an unbelievable experience from the Conjuring House. And Bill, I think this is going to be an incredible night for all of us.
I'm really looking forward to it. Now, just so the audience knows, whether you're viewing or listening, this is live on location. So
live.
There's, we may have technical issues from time to time due to connectivity problems, but I think it's been tested. It looks great. They all did a tremendous job setting this up. So let's get it going, George.
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring in very first familiar faces for us right now. Ken DaCosta and Andrea Perron from the library at the Conjuring House. Andrea and Ken, I hate you both.
I know you do.
Feelings mutual.
How are things at the farmhouse?
Perfect.
Great.
It's lovely, George. Oh, you would really enjoy being here.
Oh, just what he wants to hear, Amy. Just what he wants to
hear. Yeah, well, we got going. We're into our first sessions of the night now. We just had dinner. So we've got a group up on the second floor where Andrea and her sister's bedrooms are, and another group down in the basement. So as I'm sure you guys have covered, we are going to be bringing you live shots. We'll bring you some interviews, and if there are experiences that people have, we're going to get them on camera to tell our audience exactly what it was that they encountered. I did ask if anyone here has an outstanding warrant against them, but they can't go on camera. They said no, so we're good to go.
So we got that going for us.
Yes.
It's a good start. Yeah, we're going to have some phenomenal people. Of course, Ken's partner in crime, Julie DeMay, has done an incredible job setting up some of these cameras that you'll be able to see throughout the night. These are stead cams. So, you know, there is Raggedy Ann right there. You'll be able to see those throughout the night. Again, if you guys happen to spot anything, things that are going on, send a message in chat. We'll try to get it to the right person. But along with Andrea and Ken tonight, we have Cody Ray Desbians and Satori Hawes. You guys might know them as the paranormal couple. They are also on the show Ghost Hunters. We have a wonderful radio show host, Tim Weisberg, Spooky South Coast, that's there with us. Amanda Willette is going to be joining us here in a very short, and I've got all of her stuff from TikTok, Spooky New England. She's going to be joining us here in a little while. Who am I forgetting, Ken? Because I know we got a few more there.
I think you got everybody covered at this point. So they're going to be popping on, and they're going to be doing their own live remote feeds. They have complete autonomy tonight if something's happening, or they just want to take our viewers into a session to give them an idea of the breadth and the scope of the house. So people who may never, have the opportunity to come here. It's one of the things we're trying to accomplish tonight is put you in our shoes.
Yeah.
What goes on here, what the house looks like. So if you have questions or comments in chat, or if you see something that we don't on our cameras, let George and Bill know.
Yes.
Now,
I got a question. How long have you been there? Have you been there all weekend? Is this the first day in the home?
No.
Got here about afternoon, and I mean, there's such an air of timelessness about this place. You really lose track of time. I can't even believe that we've been here for hours and hours. It feels like we got here 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. We finished our charity event yesterday and got a little rest today, this morning, and got right back out on the road to set all this up. So we've been here since about 5. So for the next 2 hours till the end of the event, you guys are welcome to join us. Welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, my childhood home.
It's gonna be a wild ride for the next 2 hours. Looking forward to it. And quick shout outs to some friends that joining me tonight. Some of my Star Trek Fleet Command players that are out there. Also, Nate is in the chat. Wanted to say hello to Nate. Also, Ceylon, how are you? Thank you guys for joining us tonight. And just make sure that my base doesn't get raided while I'm doing the show. Okay. But so getting back, Andrea, we have had you on several times in the past as well. But give everybody that Reader's Digest version real quick about your family, the time that you spent there, and also please be more than happy for you to promote the books.
Any other questions?
Well, the entire story of the decade that we lived here is indeed chronicled in my trilogy of books, House of Darkness, House of Light, volumes 1, 2, and 3. However, there are an awful lot of people that think that they've seen The Conjuring, and so they know what really happened in this house. And that couldn't be farther from the truth, because it's a movie. And it was literally conjured in the minds of 2 creative screenwriters who desperately wanted to tell the truth. And every time they tried to integrate elements of my books into the film script, the fear-based carbon units that are the executives at Warner Brothers had them redact them. This is volume 1. And it's really almost like the wind-up, not to use a sports metaphor, but we were watching the Red Sox last night. This is the wind-up. Volume 2 is the pitch, and volume 3 knocks it right out of the park. It will change the way you think about everything for the rest of your life. People have already had experiences here in the short time that we've been here. The short version is there is no short version. This was 10 years of extraordinary experiences that altered my entire family fundamentally in myriad ways. None of us responded or reacted to what we experienced in this house in the same way. My mother will never, ever come back to this property. I can't get enough of it. So, that said, and my father loves it here. I mean, he's so disappointed that he couldn't make this trip. But we are going to do a special event here over Halloween weekend. So I hope that people that really want to be here, Bill included, and George, if we can get you, that's our special weekend together, all of us. But that said, it's not even about the experiences that my family had over a decade. It's the experiences that the people that are in this house right now are having today in real time. That's what's important. And Ken made a very important point. While we're having our investigation going on here, there are going to be things that happen that we might not even catch, but the viewers will. And so this interactive, integrated experience is very important for everyone that is involved. It means the world because you might catch something that we just miss. And you, George, know better than anybody how tedious it is in review, spending hours and hours going through film footage and recordings to catch an EVP, etc. So if we can catch something live while it's happening and all of a sudden your screen explodes with comments, that's the clip that you keep and that we can rerun later. And in a few weeks, when we've had a chance to review everything, I'll come back on your show with you and Ken, and we'll do a follow-up then at that point. So I'm looking forward to tonight, and I'm so thrilled to be home.
Yeah, and again, a quick shout out, and by no means slighted the appreciation of the owner Jacqueline for allowing this event to happen tonight. She has just been a welcoming presence in Harrisville and to the paranormal community, and we cannot thank her enough. And I think we'll get a chance to see her tonight. Is that possible?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll be bringing Jacqueline on and say a few words for her bedtime. Jacqueline goes to bed early, so we'll grab her.
I got a question. I see that one of the cameras is second floor bedrooms. Is that because of the activity that occurs in this room, that this is more active, this area?
Oh,
and some of the other areas, Ken and Annie, that these cameras are located, because there's more than one location that you have these cameras set up. Is this due because of these areas having more activity than maybe in other areas of the home?
Yeah, I mean, I'm for Annie, but that's where she and her sisters slept. This is where a lot of their own experiences and encounters took place. So it's a particular point of interest. We've got cameras set up, but I want to be clear that we're going to be using point of view, POV type things too, right, where we're going to be moving around the house. So those are just two stationary cameras, right, that folks can keep an eye on, but we're going to be doing live feeds in each one of the rooms in this house.
Yes.
So we'll be coming on periodically to let people know exactly what it is that's going on there. And if something, profound happens, then we're immediately going to switch to that location and let everybody in on it.
Also, Annie, is there any plans to have the real family experience translated into a more authentic, obviously, movie?
Working on it.
Oh, there you go. Working on it. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that.
So am I. I'll tell you.
Included.
That and go sit my ass down on a beach. I'm working my heart out, making sure that the true story gets out into the world, because the fact is people can handle the truth and they deserve the truth. And that's why books, and that's why we're making a series of films.
Interesting. If there was one part of that movie that was like it just drove you insane. That of course the Conjuring movie. What would that be?
Can you pick one?
Yeah, there were several, but the one that I found downright offensive was the notion that my mother was possessed and that would hold my baby sister in her arms with a pair of scissors poised over her heart. There could not be, I mean, when I say I call BS, honey, my mother would have moved mountains to protect her children, and she did. And so for anyone to be left with the impression that she would have harmed any one of us is causes me to recoil. My mother thought that that was absolutely ridiculous. It didn't even bother her because she thought it was so ludicrous. The thing that bothered my mother about The Conjuring was that they chose to represent the Warrens as the devout Roman Catholics and the Perrons as the godless heathens. Nothing could have been further from the truth. We were all born and raised Catholic. We were baptized. We made our first communions. The church turned its back on us. It was not the other way around. So I think that's the greatest misconception in the film. And it was the one thing that my mother took the greatest exception to.
I thought it was Bill. I thought she was going to say it's because they portrayed Andrea as a flirt. And she said, absolutely not. I was not flirting with that cameraman.
No, they used, you see, because I played the flute. So, Nancy was the flirt.
It was a typo.
I was the flute player.
Yeah, it was a typo.
Nancy's still a flirt. I still play the flute. And as long as that's all straightened out, I didn't even get my first kiss until much later in life. So, take that with a pound of salt for what it is. I was a very studious young lady who played 7 instruments, performed in the choir, the chorus, the orchestra, marching band, theater.
The modern Renaissance woman.
I am, and I still am not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, guys, because we're locked into 120 minutes, and we're trying to get so much put together there. Ken, I bow to your better judgment. You are on the scene. You're my co-host on this. How do you want to go about this? Do you want to walk around for a little bit with Cody and show the place? I know we did that a while back with the Heinzens, but new introductions are always nice. Or do you want to start moving around from an investigative standpoint?
Well, what we're going to do right now is each one of the investigators has cell camera in hand, lined up to come into the studio.
Love it.
Immediately, what I'm going to do is I'm going to join Tim Weisberg upstairs, who has a group. Cody is going to head down to the basement with Satori and Amanda. And they're probably 10 minutes into about a 20-minute session because it's very warm in this house. So I that everybody stay hydrated, get air. We don't have to go through 45 minutes or an hour sessions and keep rotating around the house. So you never know who's going to pop up is, I think, what I'm trying to say. It could be anybody suddenly comes on and, hey, I got something I want to show you. So, guys, I got to get to work.
Yeah.
Go to it. I didn't realize how tall you are, Ken.
He's 7'8". He's enormous.
I mean, wow.
Yeah. It's it's one of those things that I have to contend with. Thank goodness that we're just sitting in our positions when we're doing our job. For those of you just joining us tonight, welcome, and you are fortunate enough to be here on a fantastic night where we are pretty much delving into one of the most reputable and notorious locations due to a $500 million motion picture, The Conjuring. This is the farmhouse on Round Top Road in Harrisville, Rhode Island. We are privileged enough by the kindness of Jacqueline to allow us into this location to do some investigating and walk around. And you guys are right there with us the entire trip. So glad you guys are joining us with this. Let me take some of these off camera for a second.
I think Cody's on his way downstairs.
And while they're making that move over there, and I'll pull this one up again. Let me see. This one I'm going to put gray. is I wanted to show you guys a couple things also while we wait for them to get to their positions there. Some video from several years ago where I did have the privilege to go up to Harrisville, Rhode Island, but we did not have access to the farmhouse. So the close next best thing was to go out to Bathsheba's gravesite. Now, you would almost visualize, as we all probably do, Bill, that it is, somewhere way back in a cemetery, and not the case at all. There is a three-way road just maybe 50, 60 yards away from these headstones. There's a fire station, there's a convenience store. They're all in close proximity to this area. So it's not what you would normally expect. Same thing with Winchester House, same thing with the plantation, Myrtle's plantation. That's like right off a main road. But this is some interesting stuff, and I'm just going to give you guys one click right now. John Zaffis from Haunted Collector was up there with us. Also, Ken DaCosta was there. Carl Johnson, renowned demonologist, was there. And we did a spirit box session, and it was pretty interesting. So I'll pull one, maybe two of these up so you guys can get an idea of how strong the spirits are within this area. First one here is Andrea making contact with Bathsheba, and you'll be able to hear the voice come across. So here we go. In Andrea Perron's voice, say your name, Bathsheba, first and last several times. Yes. Tag.
Got crowded.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then this was the one that I've played in here before that is mind-blowing. Also at the headstone of Bathsheba. Now, mind you, there's no headstone anymore. It's been desecrated time and again. You'll actually see as Andrea is right next to the headstone that there is a cut right through the middle of it because someone had kicked it over. They cemented it back together again. Somebody else desecrated it. So let me go ahead and play this one for you also. And this is John Zaffis making contact with his uncle, Ed Warren, who Ed and Lorraine Warren, of course, investigated the Conjuring House. And his question is, what have you got to say? Is there something you need to tell everybody with regards to the Conjuring House? Listen in.
Ed, what is the one thing you want to tell them?
Okay, yeah, just tremendous dialogue back and forth, and I truly, honestly, was blown away going back and looking at the results to that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we'll keep the second floor bedroom up, but we're going to go ahead and bring in another camera right now. And who's this?
Hi, I'm Claire.
Hello,
Hey, Claire.
Claire. I saw the hand waving, so that was my indicator that you guys wanted to come on screen. So we're here. Claire, you want to tell the audience who you are and what you're doing at the Conjuring House?
Well, I'm here to check it out. I've never been on an exploration before, but I was very curious about this place. And when I looked at pictures of it, I just felt like I needed to be here tonight. And so I am.
How did you become interested in the paranormal?
I see things all the time. So it's sort of a daily experience for me. I just want to understand more about it and integrate it into my life.
It's got to be a great experience. You're shooting for the top spot here with the Conjuring House.
I know it. Well, I'm grateful for it. So I just had an experience here I wanted to tell you a bit about. I went and was sitting behind the chimney where the girls used to play with Oliver, who was the spirit that's identified here. And I was sitting and looking into a mirror, and it was completely dark. And I saw a image of a boy's face popped up next to me, and there was a spark of light. And one of our other investigators here, Tim, came into the room and asked how I was doing. I described to him I was feeling pressure, like tapping on my head as well. He asked, me to reach out and see if that was Oliver. I asked him, and there was another spark of light in the mirror. And then he asked Oliver if he knew the shave and a haircut, knocked on the wall, and we both very clearly heard the 2 knocks back.
Wow.
Now,
And then something brushed by my arm, and I had to take a walk for a moment.
so from the aspect of the visual that you had gotten of Oliver, what did you see visually? Could you give somewhat of a description that people who have done research on the location can verify?
I mean, it was a child's face. It was maybe 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old, darkish hair, pale skin.
All right. Are you empathic at all? Do you sense the type of energy? Are you feeling welcoming, threatening? What kind of an energy are you sensing, if any?
I feel like this place is definitely very powerful, but I'm not feeling threatened by it. It's overwhelmingly powerful.
Any particular area that you are terrified of going to within the building itself?
Well, I have not been to the basement yet. When I first entered the house, I saw an energy being in the doorway to the kitchen. And I was kind of drawn in there, and it felt cool when I walked through that energy field. But otherwise, yeah, it's a very interesting experience. I'm grateful for it.
Have you talked to or heard Andrea talk about her encounter with Mr. Arnold right there in the kitchen?
She's begun to tell us some of the stories. I can't wait to hear more.
Ask her about Mr. Arnold and the very first encounter coming to the farmhouse when she was just a child of 13. So it'll blow your mind with the experiences that you're having right now. So that's incredible. Congratulations and welcome to the Conjuring House.
Thank you so much. I'm
And
grateful to
Keep
be
us
here.
posted if anything else occurs.
yeah, during the show, something else goes on there. We'd love to have you back.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take
Have a good
care.
Get back
Claire.
in it.
All right. Bye. First time on TV. She's nervous. That's all right.
Right.
Okay. I think we're going to go downstairs. Looks like we have Amanda down there. Cody's down there.
Yep.
Inside of the basement. I'm going to take the second floor off for just a little bit so you guys can come in. And let me check the audio on you guys.
All right.
One on, one off. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I would put Cody's on.
Well, looks like we got all 3 of them there. What we got? There we go.
Cody's phone then?
All right. That's a good audio right there, Cody. Okay. We can hear you guys just fine.
All right. Perfect. We're getting
Tell everybody where you're at and what's going to happen.
what's going to happen.
Are you?
Harvey, we are in
Yeah.
the basement now. I know it's a little hard from connection. Weird connection issues down here. We did get a couple things so far. People hearing some things moving around, people feeling old spots depending on who. Some people thought that they may have had their arms or hands touched so far. My phone, which you have to tap to turn on, actually turned on by itself. And we've been playing around with the dowsing rods so far, and we're getting some interesting answers.
And for those of you who don't know who is speaking right now, this is Satori Hawes. Her father is Jason Hawes from Ghost Hunters. Satori is also from Ghost Hunters. And she and Cody make up the paranormal couple who have an incredible haunted museum and do some amazing investigating. And also I see in the back, Amanda is back there also, Amanda Millette. And she is just a TikTok sensation. We're thrilled to have her join us also. Tim Weisberg, Spooky South Coast in the house. I saw him hiding over there on the right-hand side. So we're in good hands with everybody there, Bill. Absolutely. And we have a bunch of people who look absolutely terrified to be in the basement.
So what exactly are you planning to do here? What kind of equipment are you using? I see the dowsing rods. What else do you have there? What are we going to see right now?
So we like to, I like to start things a little old school at first. I feel like equipment, electronics should sort of be last resort. So far we've been getting some intelligent responses with the dowsing rods, and we can try again on camera with the lights on. It kind of ruins the aesthetic, but we can try. Okay. All right, so we have some more people, some more friends in here. Again, can you show me yes? And again, if you need more energy, you can take it from me. I have plenty. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Do you mind uncrossing for me? Show me no. The corners are it's like this where they stand. Sorry. Still you. Ooh. Well, I around the room if it would follow you or not. That's creepy. I'm so sorry. Yeah, are you born over there? Yeah, how about you? Yeah. Cross the rods if you're over in the corner. Can you show us exactly which corner? I just want to make sure again, in case you moved any corners. Can you point to where you are right now, please? Who's walking over there? Two people came down and separated from their group. Rebels.
Hmm.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
There's the well.
Well, it's sort of pointing in. It's sort of pointing in both corners.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Are there more than? Is there more than one spirit down here? Somebody that is not in a physical form, like us? Were you guys just walking? Okay. Just make sure in case we're hearing something down there. Oh, you're doing great.
So I know that probably took a lot of energy. Again, you can take some energy from me if you need it. Forget what pressure.
There was more than one.
Right. Okay. Is there more than one of you down here with us?
Somebody coming downstairs?
Well, that's creepy.
So
The phone. Did you see the phone?
So that has to be tapped for that to go.
Yeah, that just went on.
Yeah.
What about temperature change? Do you guys feel any kind of a temperature change while you're in there?
Yes. It's been cool. For me, at least.
You have to tap it. You have to tap it to turn it on. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing us that. Do you mind doing that one more time, just so we know it's you?
You waiting till I'm not looking? Is it some sort of game? I'll turn around if you need to.
Like that one too.
It's almost like it's focusing near the phone.
How about this? If you can tap it, and you let me know, but can you say something into the box and then tap it? Why don't you just I was just making sure. Making sure it gets better and back.
Just another thing to know, if you make any weird noises like exhales, if you whisper, if your stomach makes a weird noise, if you have flatulence, just call it out just so we know. Just so we know it's, it's you and not something else.
I mean, we can't say we won't laugh. but
Right.
at least you're being honest.
Right.
Do you like the energy down there? Does it make you feel?
Oh,
Oh. Should I listen back?
Nice.
All right, let's see if we can hear anything.
I think they like you.
No, I think they like messing around with my stuff. That's why. Let's see if we...
Those of you just joining us, we are live from the basement of the Conjuring House. Yep. We got muted for a second. Why?
Yeah, Cody's unmuted now.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to listen back before that. Hold on, let me see.
Just so we know it's you and not something else. I mean, we can't say we won't, but right, to be honest, right. Yeah, flashlights. Just call it out. Just so we know it's you and not something else. You can't say laugh.
I might hear a little something, but I'm gonna have to boost it. Like right after you say that, we're all laughing. You hear what sounds like a growl, like not a growl, but like a clearing your throat noise. So we might have to listen back. If
Yeah,
that was
you're
you,
in the basement of the Conjuring House. Don't say growl, please.
like a clearing your throat noise. Here, how about we keep going? All right, new recording in the basement. I'm gonna say the singles group still because that's what we're calling our singles. Nice. Again, tap it. It turns on. Okay.
Anyone have questions?
Who's your favorite in this group?
Can you point to your favorite in the group? Maybe someone you don't dislike.
Wow. Sure.
And you point to someone you don't.
Cody, the video streaming is excellent, but again, because of where you're located at, the audio has been choppy, so we're not getting much either playback from the phone or you guys asking questions in there. I don't know if you want to reposition yourself or because again, we're not getting much from that. So if you want to give me a 5 count and let me know if we can hear you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No.
5, 4, 1.
Well, I asked for them to point to someone they don't like.
Well, not anybody. Well, I don't know if it was an animal or if it was just something not physical. But when I came down, it sounded like something was moving around over here. So I'm just.
The last time you went to go to the stairs, I swear I heard it sounded like I thought the dog had come. What was her name, Dottie?
Dottie.
I thought Dottie was down here because I heard it sound like dog claws, just walking.
Is there someone in the corner over there? Still coming down? If there's someone in the corner, mind crossing these rods for me? Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Recording purposes.
I'm breaking my own rules here.
No, that's fine. I'm gonna ask 20 questions.
I'd like to ask a question, Amanda, while you have the dowsing rods in hand, and I'll give the abridged version. The time that Andrea, John Zavis, and I drove by the house, it was still occupied by its former owners. We could not get in, and I had an anxiety attack where all of a sudden there was this mantra, this repetitive saying in my body, I don't want to go back. 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 And a young boy was the mentality. I would like you guys to ask that question out loud using, of course, my name and who was it that created that within me. And there's a key word I want you to use in the request. Can you give us a profound example that you are here? Profound is the key word to use with that. But if you can reach out to whomever may be there that created that thought within me of, I don't want to go back, I don't want to go back, I don't want to go back, put it in whatever question form you'd like to, but I'd like to see if there's a response.
Maybe I'll just start with, is there someone down here that remembers Ken?
Well, not Ken. This is George. This is George.
I'm so sorry. Is there anyone, sorry, I can't see. Anyone down here that remembers George? Made George feel like he did not want to come back here? Now, George, you're not the only one who had a panic attack in this house.
No, my attack was in a car. I've never been inside the building. I did not even step onto the property. I was in a vehicle passing the farmhouse when this attack occurred. And so I'm wondering how strong of an entity to reach me that far with that mantra of, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. I don't want to back. Somebody there had that kind of aura or that kind of power about them. I'd just like to know if they've got that much power, can they do something profound right there in the basement right now that either somebody could sense, feel, or experience physically?
So George is wondering if you could possibly do something profound to make it known that you're here and perhaps remember George. I don't know, the lights flicker slightly, if that's much of anything.
I just want to ask anyone in case anybody that may be feeling a little off right now, maybe your head hurts a little bit, just know, okay? Because I don't know if it's just me getting a headache or
my chest kind of hurts.
A few minutes ago, I had a little headache.
Yeah, I walked out here like dizzy headache. So I just want to make sure I'm putting it out there. If anybody else is feeling it, let me know.
That did happen to me when I walked down in that space going in there.
Yeah, I felt that's why I asked over here. I was like, "You feeling okay?" Because I felt nauseous, and then I came in here and I just wanted to say it in case anybody else.
Is there somewhere else in this basement we should go? Can you point to where we should go? Or perhaps point to where we might find you?
That was definitely
That is the dog.
Yeah, it's definitely the dog.
It was so fast, I was like,
Ooh,
Oh, was it saying out
Down.
there?
down that way.
George,
Yes, sir.
look at the seance camera off screen. I just saw something moving, a shadow toward the bottom of it.
All right, stand by. I'll bring that up. Right with
Yeah.
them.
Oh, it was okay. There was somebody in there, but I saw a shadow toward the bottom of the screen, like a small thing moving on the screen.
Well, she just whipped across this because it froze for a second and she whipped across and she looked like a phantom herself. So we'll keep an eye on that for us also.
Yeah, but this thing was short. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like a person. It was small, and it
Gotcha.
moved on the bottom.
can you cross the rods if you go into a different room down here.
It was like a little person, George.
Child size?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I feel like I'm hearing little. Maybe we should kind of spread out down this way. I mean, if somebody wants to stay on this side, you can too. Maybe we cover everything.
All right, George. Cody here. I'm going to head upstairs, probably head outside. And if you want to check in with Ken or Tim, definitely do that. And I'm going to make my way to get a phone charger and head outside.
Okay.
Fantastic. Absolutely. Thank you so much again, Cody. All righty.
George,
So,
you see where that couch is in front of the mantle?
of course.
Right where that blanket is, I saw just like in that little area, a shadow going across the bottom of the screen. That's why because we can see, for folks that are viewing and watching and listening, we can see the backstage cameras.
Yeah.
And I was looking at all the cameras and I saw like something small going on the bottom of the screen. And you can obviously see that the people walking in and out of the room, you can see their full body posture. This thing was small. George, it actually made the hair stand on watching it. So
what I'd like to do though, for those of you that are in the chat room that are watching this right now, there are those of you who are sensitive, those of you who are empaths, and if you're even one who can do remote viewing, connecting with any of the spirits as we're waiting for Ken to come on screen with Tim Weisberg to focus on this particular part of the room. And if you're able to communicate with those spirits existing on this property, to see whether or not they could do something that we are able to visually see off this camera. Open up one of the doors over there, perhaps move the fabric on the back of the couch, show a reflection in the mirror if that's possible, knock the Ouija boards off of the fireplace.
Dude, is that just like a breeze moving on that blanket? Is that just wind? You see it? It's moving?
Yeah, I honestly, I don't know. Let me go full screen on that. I don't know whether that is being created. I'm gonna bring up the audio in that room.
It has to be a breeze in that room because that is moving on the blanket.
All right, they can hear us on feedbacks though. They've got the show on in that room, so they can hear us double over. So I don't want to do that. So you'll just have to bear with my voice and Bill's voice.
George, it has to be like a fan or something. Because that you see it? You see how it's moving?
Yeah. Yeah, potentially, but why just that one spot? I see it moving time and again.
Yeah,
you guys can see it in the tent. And chandeliers moving back and forth also. That's Greg's mentioning that.
Yes,
and
I see that.
That's true as well. Now, again, as investigators, and I'm be the first one to hope for any type of activity that's going on, but mind you that there are people up on the second floor as well.
True.
So that could cause the shaking of the chandelier. That's not saying that when Ken is on with Tim, I'll ask them if there's anybody just above that chandelier and see whether or not they can validate that for us. That's how you debunk things. That's how you work to find out the answers of what it is that you're experiencing. All of the things being found out to be not true, then you can sit there and say, yes, this is something paranormal because there's no other explanation for it. There's no breeze to make that blanket on the back of the couch move, and there's nobody upstairs making that chandelier move. So be interested to see once we get them on there that we can get some idea of it. But again, for you guys that are in the chat who have abilities, known abilities, practiced abilities, and you're able to try and make contact with the spirits through this screen and remote viewing and see whether or not you can get them to do something. That is a big movement on that cloth, though. That is enormous movement. So it could be a fan. They were talking about that it's kind of warm. You know, it's going to be in the 60s there tonight. And if they have the windows open because it's beautiful, it could be that also. But that's a pretty intense movement there. I just saw, again, the picture go out of focus. That's one of the telltale signs also of paranormal phenomena. So you guys, if you're helping out in the chat and you're making contact right now, and then let us know also in the chat, you know, I'm connecting to this entity or this entity, and see whether or not we've got some sort of a dialogue going on between one of you and the spirits of the Conjuring House. And again, this is the seance room. For those of you who don't understand that reference, if you saw the movie The Conjuring and they performed the exorcism on Carolyn Perron, in fact, there was not an exorcism per se that had been conducted. They actually had a seance, and the table was in the middle of this room when that seance took place. And so, yes, Ed and Lorraine Warren were there. There was a priest that was present. So, you know, Bill, let me have you take it over for just a second.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I hear we have some audio coming in from probably what they're doing on the location. But I got to say, I had an experience with Ouija boards when I was young, and I'm looking at those two on the mantle. I'm like, whoa. I am going to be really curious when I go there, hopefully Halloween, and experience this farmhouse for myself. Because I can see that there seems to be activity throughout the home. I am telling you, and like I said, I didn't want to interrupt the program, but I seen something on the bottom of the screen going from left to right, and it was small and it was shadowy, and it caught my eye, and that's why I mentioned it to George. But yeah, this is going to be one location that I'm really interested in going to. If anybody's got any questions in the chat, we'll get them posted and we'll ask them of the folks that are going to be participating here. And I'll tell you one thing, the energy, I don't know if anybody else has sensed. I can just like feel by looking at this image, I sense energy there. I just do. It is beautiful, the home. And at some point, hopefully, the new owner will be speaking with us. And Ken, I think Ken is setting up in a location. I see second floor bedrooms activity as well, George. You might want to pull that screen up.
Back up to that one there.
The second floor, yeah, that one coming. That why isn't it working? I can see the image. You see the image, right?
Yeah, we are experiencing technical difficulties.
That is bizarre. That is bizarre.
Pull it off and back on again. All right, that is weird. We can visibly see it,
and now it's
just not connected. Bizarre, guys. Real bizarre.
Weird.
All right, which means things are ramping up. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I wanted to have happen. Things are ramping up.
All right, it's back. If you can pull it up. There it is.
It makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense.
So this is the bedroom. Their bedroom, right?
Yeah, with the Raggedy Ann. Oh my God.
You might want to mute the. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I feel the same thing. I feel energy by looking at this.
And there are some that are in the chat right now who do have capabilities, sixth sense capabilities, who are sensing it big time too, Bill.
Yeah.
Look at that beautiful portal.
That was pretty odd with Satori's phone as well. Twice, I believe.
Now let's see here. And again, there are a lot of people in there, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize that we do not know their names. They actually had been part of the Ocean State Paracon this weekend, and one of the things that they were able to get involved with was this investigation or spending an evening at the Conjuring House. A multitude of people that had this opportunity. Of course, none of them was me.
Well, I think I'll be able to. I hope to see you Halloween, right? Hopefully, you're going to be coming
It's a pipe dream, but you never say never. Never say never when the possibility that I can get up there again. Andrea Perron and I, we did lectures together. We traveled all up and down the East Coast of the United States and talked about the paranormal. She talked about the Conjuring House. I talked about my investigations, and we had a lot of conversations on the road about the experiences that their family had while they were living in this house for a decade, for 10 years. A lot of people don't even know that. They think, the way the movie portrays it, they were there for maybe 2 years and that was it. 10 years the parent family lived in this farmhouse. And that's why Andrea's books are called House of Darkness, House of Light, because there was also so much love within this home with regards to their connection to the spirits. So that's an amazing thing. And I think that is. Andrea is there with Erin, sitting in the Davenport. I think they can hear us too. I'm not sure. And there's Ken. So,
well, do you want to take a quick break and then we'll come back as they set up and?
Yeah, let's do that, and we'll come back on the other side to. We got to go to our break, guys. The top of the hour break. When we come back, it's only about a 3-minute break that gives you a chance to go replenish your drinks, and we'll continue. We are live at the Conjuring House in Harrisville, Rhode Island, and you're watching Dead Air Live on the Dead Air Full Spectrum channel. You guys stay with us. We'll be back in a second.
Hey members, the new KGRA DB app is now available on iOS and Android devices. Gain on-demand access to any KGRA DB programming. Download any show directly to your mobile device to listen or watch on the go. Go to the App Store and search KGRA DB.
As UFO reports come in from around the world, the Mutual UFO Network, MUFON, is there. We continue to explore new cases and build our massive database. We share our information with the world in a number of ways. If you would like to be part of our investigative team, you are always welcome. What could be more exciting than exploring the UFO question firsthand? Join MUFON, find your friends.
Hi, I'm Austin Butler from Baz Luhrmann's new film, Elvis.
Tomorrow, all of America will be talking about Elvis Presley.
As a blood donor himself, Elvis shared the gift of life with patients in need and asked others to do the same. We're encouraging you to give blood this summer. Please visit redcrossblood.org/Elvis movie today to learn more.
You're listening to the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. We provide unparalleled coverage of trending news in the world of ufology, cryptozoology, and paranormal phenomenon. Whether you're watching our video live stream or listening to one of our audio programs, you are getting the best from world-renowned researchers and hosts, guiding you through topics the mainstream won't touch. Miss one of your favorite programs? No problem. Head over to the members area at kgradb.com for access to our massive library of award-winning content. Make contact, stay connected, only at kgradb.com.
Mark it on your calendars also, ladies and gentlemen, on the 28th. That's 2 weeks from tonight. Our very good friend from the Ghost Adventures, Ghost of Shepherdstown, Nick Groff, is going to be joining us for our Sunday show. And I want to thank you all for coming back and staying with us. Again, you're looking on screen. We are live coming from the Conjuring House in Harrisville, Rhode Island. In attendance is Andrea Perron, whose family went through the ordeal back in the 1970s that became the multi-million-dollar hit film, The Conjuring, turned into, of course, a franchise, but The Conjuring House is where they grew up and became the movie The Conjuring. Ken DaCosta, my co-host here on Dead Air and paranormal investigator with Rise of Paranormal and the co-creator of the Ocean State Paracon, is also there. You see him right there in the orange shirt. Tim Weisberg, Spooky South Coast, is also in-house. Amanda Millette of Spooky New England. And Cody and Satori, the paranormal couple who we've had on the show and actually have their own show on our network, on our channel, on every other Thursday night. Haunted Museum is what they love and what they love to talk about, the items that they have collected over the years. Make sure you guys do check it out. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button while you're here with us. Also, the reminder bell and the thumbs up if you guys are enjoying the content and what we're doing tonight. So as we are there in the living room, you can see we're also going to go ahead and continue on with our investigators. And I believe out in the field is Mr. Cody Ray Desbians. And Cody, where are you and why do you look so spooky?
I'm sorry. We're kind of going Blair Witch here for a second.
No doubt.
I am behind the farmhouse. Crossroads. I can either take a right to the bridge or I can take a left and go behind the farm. I've been out here for about 5 minutes or so now, and I've already seen what looks like to be a light behind me. So if you keep going back, there's a bunch of woods behind me here. I'm all alone, and I've seen a light that has turned on and off like 3 times now. It's off now. And I thought my first idea was to just bring you out here to see if we heard anything. Know people that have come out here and have heard knocking coming from the forest. They've seen strange lights, and geez, I hope. So I don't know. You want to take a walk down to the bridge alone?
Sure. And what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to pull Bill off screen and reduce you so people can see all the woods. What you see in the foreground is the farmhouse, and you see all the woods in the back, and that's the direction in which Cody is right now. And it looks like you've turned around now, and the house is behind you. I see lights.
The house behind me. That's the house. It's probably about 300 feet away from me right now.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn my camera around, and I'm going to put a bunch of light out in front of me.
I was going to say, how are you able to see in front of you?
Well, I had my camera facing me. Hold on. I might have to do this real quick. Camera. That camera. All right, so I'm gonna flood this with light. I have about 4 flashlights with me. See
if we can. There are any stick figures hanging up in the trees there, dude, run.
All right, dude, run. I remember hearing that phrase once or twice.
Cody, you're very familiar though with the location, right? I mean, you obviously know where you're walking.
Yes, I've walked to the back cemetery a couple times. And it's really a beautiful walk if you're in the daytime. I know Jacqueline just started these go roaming events. You know, they're kind of extended tours. You can take a tour of the outside of the property, which is really, really great. I know a lot of people have been to the house, but they've never really explored the grounds. So definitely, if you're ever back in this area and you want a little extra, she has started the tours that you can walk down the same path that I'm walking right now, and I'm probably about 200 feet away from the famous stream that Andrea always mentions, and the bridge. The bridge just got rebuilt recently, so it's nice and sturdy. And here's the bridge right now, coming up on it. The water is not that high. Usually you can hear it.
Just be careful.
All right, here we go. All right, I am on the bridge. As you know, big theory that water conducts is a conductive for paranormal activity. I am literally standing on top of water right now. Maybe we try a live EVP session.
Okay. Hang tight for a second. Ken is trying to flag us down.
Yeah, Cody, stand by. We're
Group
gonna
of people,
segue to Ken for a
this
sec.
group of people will be asking some questions.
Got it.
And Andrea will be answering. You know Andrea. You know her.
Yeah,
for a
you're
very
not
long
in
time.
I don't think
And she's continuing to tell your story. So feel free to give the answers to these questions.
Yeah, Andrea is doing the Estes method.
The important thing for us to ask is not ask if she says something.
Do it.
If she
says something, do it.
To not back on my comment. Dad, you don't want to say who's dad or so I like to say things like what day is it?
All right. It looks like they are completely frozen up.
You may want to also bring up the seance room camera from another angle.
Okay, we'll do that.
Who is in the room? Can you tell us the name?
Ask me.
I would like to
Go.
What's your name?
Goodbye.
Sorry, we didn't mean to offend you.
I'll stick around for a few minutes and we will ask some questions.
You did it. You did it.
You can ask, we'll ask some more questions because we think that you have some more to tell us.
Nope.
I think that there are some questions that people here would like to ask.
George, you may want to kill the seance room.
Get some answers. Would you be willing to help these nice people who came to visit you? Does anyone...
Try it.
Okay. Anybody have a question they want to ask? Just keep your voice kind of at this level so it doesn't bleed through.
I'm talking to someone who once worked at this property.
George, I don't know if you can hear me right now, but
yeah,
loud crap. George, I don't know if you can hear me right now, but
I'm sorry.
For me.
Yeah.
For me.
Is there anybody out here?
What's wrong?
Well, is there anybody out here?
You're not coming through.
The woods right now? Oh.
Is there something bad that happened?
Oh no.
I'm sorry, personal question.
We can help if you share.
Yeah.
If you share a story with us.
No.
We can have
You.
We can have the truth out.
Do you want
You.
us to tell you
April.
anything?
I've got the chills.
What would you like us to know?
Imp. Paul.
Somebody remember these beside me.
April.
Can you make it again, please?
Or is it the month?
April.
Cody, we are seeing your camera.
All right, so
Oh, you asking?
I've heard a couple noises.
Stop them.
I've heard a couple noises.
Who do you need us to stop?
Did that.
Something
So you stop them.
like questions being asked inside of the house.
You placed out to it.
I don't know. Paul.
Anyone have any questions?
Ray.
I took a turn.
Of the house here right now.
Very clear. Rape.
I'm so sorry. I really am.
Did that happen to you?
Taking out of backstage.
If there is anybody out here that can hear me, Andrea right now.
Angels.
Who do you love?
Can you tell her something for me? Say hello and tell her her name.
How many spirits are talking to us right now?
Do you love Andrea?
Please tell Andrea your name.
She's shaking her head no. I think she just can't make out what she's hearing.
I'm sorry if someone hurt you.
When?
I'm sorry if someone hurt you.
I hope that you feel safe with all of us here. We want you to feel safe.
Traffic.
Can you tell Andrea where you are right now?
Chimes.
Did something happen to you on the road?
All of us.
Who is us? Who else is with you?
April.
It's weird. I was actually going to ask if April was still here.
Mm. Okay, I can't take any more of that. I just can't. I don't know if any of it made any sense at all, but I didn't say any words that I didn't hear completely clearly. But it was really busy.
We did ask who was here, and you said April.
All right, I'm
And
heading
didn't
back.
she say that she loves you? Yeah.
She knows I talk nice.
So is that different than the Fresno?
Yeah,
That's so intense.
This is kind of the same idea.
This is not something I could do all the time. I would lose my mind. I mean, it's like stuff coming through from like so much, but
All right, Bill. Cody said he's going back, and Cody, they got the instruction from Ken to get inside for the Estes method. That's what Andrea was doing. I know you asked some questions. We'll have to go back and see whether or not she was responding to those questions as well. And you heard some crackling noises out there. in the backyard, right?
And a light.
Yeah, and there was a strange light. There was a really loud crashing sound that happened. That like
I don't know that name.
like, something just like fell, which was strange. Not really. And then when they started there, it sounded like getting.
All right,
You
Bill,
know, like,
I'm muting the living room, Bill,
Yeah,
right now.
we can hear Cody clearly. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Cody.
so it sounded like there was some sort of noise happening right after a question would be asked. So a question would be asked, and then bang, noise. Question would be asked, bang, noise. So I don't know if there was any correlation between the two, or if it was just coincidence. But it was strange enough for me to recognize that it was happening. Here's the barn right here.
Oh yeah.
And where in proximity is the cemetery, where the stones are?
So there is the other cemetery would be through those woods back that way.
Okay.
You know kind of where I was. All right, there's the house in front now.
Yeah, there we go. All right, Cody, when you get back inside, tell Ken I apologize to come back on screen with us if you have an opportunity. All right.
All righty, you got it. Talk to you
Thank
later,
you, Cody.
All
Yep.
right.
Until after.
I'm like at the edge of my seat, George.
Is that 6 feet? Yeah, right? Hey.
Now, Amanda is going to be doing it. Amanda is about to begin doing the Stes method. There's Tim Weisberg in the black shirt, Ken DaCosta just behind her.
I'll let you know when I start to hear things.
I'll let you know when I start running it.
She can't hear you now.
Ow.
The Stes method basically is a deprivation of the senses, the
All right.
visual and audio.
Can you hear me?
They begin asking questions while the spirit box is playing in their ears.
All right.
Leave.
It's not the first time that's happened.
That's great.
Is someone ready to talk with us?
Help.
Who is it that we're talking to?
Hey.
Can you tell us your name, please?
What?
Can you identify yourself for us so we know who we're talking to?
Many.
How many? Well, I guess it's not this question to ask. But can you tell me how many of you there are? Can you tell us the name of one of you?
Who is the oldest?
Do you know the name of the person who is talking for you right now?
Sounded like something fell.
Again,
Chimes.
There should be no sounds, but do you know the name of the person who is speaking for you? Do you know what day of the week it is? I was going to say Saturday.
Where do you hear chimes?
Hold on. Echo. I'm 12.
Him. No. It's not.
Okay. Do you want someone else to ask questions?
Sorry. Stop, please.
Okay. Somebody else ask questions.
Are you a female?
Done.
Did you live?
Are you guys able to hear us and our responses here on air? We lost audio.
Somebody's watching the stream as we're doing it. That's the echo coming from a device.
All right, but what I wanted to do is see whether or not we could get some questions from the chat, but we don't have any audio with them anymore. Let me pull up the other one.
Yeah, you guys can hear us, but we're not hearing Amanda right now.
Oh, she's on mute
Yeah.
now. Yeah, who's ever using her phone.
Oh, she's on mute now.
Yeah, who's ever's got Amanda's phone, hit the mute button.
There you go.
Bless her.
All right, we're good.
Bless her. Loud noise.
All right. So are you guys okay to take some questions from chat?
Yeah, send some over, George.
All right. Anyone named Carter?
Andrea.
Who
Yeah, Andrea's here.
who gave me anxiety driving by the farm?
Quiet.
Would you like Andrea
Love
to
you.
ask you questions?
Rest now.
Do you know me?
Are they gone? Yep.
I think she's gonna have conversations between the two.
Amanda.
To the little boy, is Andrea your favorite?
Right.
Oh, she's got it too.
Was there a hanging in
Who
the
is it?
barn?
One. Mm-hmm.
Is there a little boy in the room currently?
Blood. Can only one of you talk at a time, please?
This K2 meter.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing around there setting it off.
When?
I didn't get to the question. How many bodies are buried in the backyard?
I felt a little cool. I just felt coolness coming.
Yeah. Right through there.
What?
I just felt it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in the room with us?
Oh my, yes.
It stopped working, and then all of a sudden it was just like.
Just now?
Yeah.
We just had an EMF spike, and we had a cold blast come through.
It's
Like it stopped,
It's like,
Yeah.
and then it was like it was attacking my ears, and it had to.
It's not the light control that's doing it, is it? Nope. Shielded. So that all happened right at the same time.
There is a Wi-Fi right there.
it's
Picking up over here, but
Ken wanted me to say we're going to take a quick break, a 5-minute break, okay?
He just wants a cigarette.
I think he's going to talk to Jackie.
Oh, okay. Well, I just want a
Wait,
cigarette.
who's Jackie? Jacqueline? I thought you said Jackie. Oh, no, Jacqueline is the only. I know.
He thinks he's
Don't call her Jackie.
All right, somebody touched the mute button on Amanda's phone again. So if you can unmute that. There we go.
And I believe we're going to be going to the second floor shortly.
Yes. Okay. Second floor audio is off for those of you that are on the second floor, that whether it's Julie or Ken. There we go. Perfect. Thank you. A lot of the sound that you're hearing, though, is coming from, it echoes throughout the entire house. So you're hearing the noises coming from downstairs.
Yep.
So, all right, let's unmute.
And I think that Cody and Satori are going to be doing their method shortly.
Oh, wonderful.
All
right, second floor, if you can unmute again, we can mute from this end. If you can unmute for us. Second floor. Looks like Mr. Ken DeCosta is finally rejoining us here in a second.
Yep.
Here we are.
There's Ken.
Bring him back in there. He's trying to get his phone to work the right way.
Okay. Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. We're going to close in again. I'm sorry that I'm not on a wide lens right now. We're playing around so much that the settings get mixed up. But before we get out of here tonight, we're going to end with Cody and Satori's session. But I wanted to bring on Jacqueline Nunez, who is the owner of the Conjuring House. And
yay!
By her
there.
good graces, she allowed us to come in tonight and do this. So I don't know. Jacqueline, I'm going to give it to you.
Okay. This has been a great night. It's really special to have Andrea here with us. We don't get her here all that often, but it's awesome to be here with her and hear her tell the stories in the room of the experiences that she and the Perron family had when they lived here in the 1970s. So I think the guests are really enjoying it.
Oh yeah.
I hope you guys are getting some good activity in the basement. I didn't hear the basement. Ken?
The basement, actually, I know that Cody went live in the basement and talked to some people down there in terms of their experiences. So we were able to kind of share those. But the basement is always an interesting place. So
yeah, the house has been super active. I just bought the house at the end of May, and we have been getting all sorts of activity. We're getting a lot of daytime activity, certainly plenty of night activity. So it's been really spectacular how much activity is.
Well, I can tell you this, Jacqueline, the chat room has been buzzing all night, and there are many of our regular time viewers can attest to this, who have abilities, and the things that they're sensing, they're feeling. They've been participating from the basement to the seance room and are high praising this event tonight, that you guys are allowing them in for a couple of hours. So thank you so much for your generosity.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I wanted to let you guys know that part of the activities we scheduled tonight were to play some recordings of the last visit here, which was just last month. And this is why you need another pair of ears all the time, because one of our guests picked something out that I would say was pretty profound.
Yeah.
And we played it for Jacqueline. We missed it the first time. But the good news is we're going to upload all of those. And as far as our scheduling goes, I'm hoping to play them all for you next week, and along with whatever we documented tonight as well. So you never walk away from saying it was a quiet night, and it looks like tonight falls in that category. So we'll be bringing those to you shortly. I know we're going to Cody and Satori. Do you have any questions for Jacqueline?
I gotta ask both of you something. This is Bill, by the way. In the seance room, is there a fan or is there some type of a breeze going through that room?
There's a fan. There's a fan on, yes.
Because we've seen some movement there.
Some
And when you
movement,
walk on the second floor, does the chandelier rock?
It's quite possible because there isn't a lot between. It's just the floorboards on the floor, just it's quite possible when you walk across the top room that the lower light fixtures would move.
When you guys were we were showing the basement, and Satori's phone actually went on twice. It was on the table, and you can see it turned on twice, and you have to touch it in order for it to go on. Also, I seen when it was off screen what looked like a small shadowy figure go across the room in the seance room.
Oh, cool.
So
yeah, that was just on the stationary feed with no one in there, right, Bill?
There was individuals walking in and out, but before they started to walk into that room, I seen small figure like the height of that couch or sofa walk from left to right across the camera.
But yes, Ken, in answer to your question, it was a stationary.
Yeah, it was a stationary.
Are you recording on that?
Yeah. Are you?
Well, we also have the stationary camera in there, so we can review it.
I'll have to go back and look at this footage. It was in the seance room. Around what time do you think?
It was before they were doing the Estes method. There was a few people walking in and out, but I seen like I said, I had the chills. I seen a small figure walking from left to right.
I'll have to go back and look at our camera footage and rewind to see if we can see that. That's
Jacqueline,
we got my camera here.
On behalf of the viewers and those that are listening, we can't thank you enough for having this happen tonight. We all thank you tremendously for having
joining.
Very, very much.
You guys, before we get out of here to the next session here, does anybody in chat or anybody have any questions for Jacqueline before we move on?
Not so far. A lot of praise for Jacqueline.
Well deserved.
I think at least 7 or 8 times I've seen people say, "Please get George to the Conjuring House." I'm not sure what that means, but
I'm not sure either, George.
There was also a lot of mention in the chat room.
Come to the Conjuring House.
Yeah, Halloween, hopefully. But there was also a lot of chatter in the chat room about a soldier. Was there any military in the family? Someone's asking, or the soldier kept coming up, Jacqueline and Ken.
Well, I mean, we certainly have some history of being told that we have buried soldiers in the yard going back to the parents. So, and it's quite possible that the energy of a soldier is still around. I think sometimes 1 or 2 are in the basement, from what I understand. So, what was someone picking up the energy of a soldier spirit being here, or what's the context? You know.
There's a comment now by Melissa. They're talking about the 7 dead soldiers buried in the wall.
Yes. Which 5 locations have been identified, and it's actually outside near the stone wall.
I think what happened was one of Andrea's sisters either had a dream or a premonition or a vision of and she was told by an entity that there were 7 dead soldiers buried in the wall. So I think that's kind of where it comes from.
And Cody was outside, and they also sensed, someone in the chat room sensed that he was being followed by the soldiers.
That's
possibly.
This is why we asked our viewers tonight to hang with us and help us out, because we don't see everything and hear everything in real time. So to everybody who's done that, we will pay attention, and we appreciate it very much. So I know that if you guys want to get ready, I know Cody and Satori are setting up in the other room.
Yes.
And we're going to be bringing you that live very shortly.
Thanks to both of you for coming on for a period of time here with us. And the viewers are really enjoying this presentation at the
This was fun.
This was a lot of fun.
I'm glad we got to do this. This was a lot of fun. So
great. We need to do this a lot more.
Yeah, we'll do this again in the future. Promise.
Absolutely.
Thank you again.
You have her word.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you
guys.
so much. Bye-bye. Okay. And what we are waiting for now are the return of Cody and Satori. I'm going to put this one back on the large. Somebody had asked whether or not that is the Annabelle doll. It is a It is a Raggedy Ann. It's not the authentic one. That one is kept in the Warren Museum. And it's not the scary one like in the motion picture with the porcelain face that's all cracked. That's what the Annabelle doll looks like. But that is just typical. Same situation if you look down inside of I'll put this back up, inside of the seance room, and you'll see Ouija boards that are up top there, left and right of the mirror. Again, these are just, I don't want to call them props, but they're certainly part of the paranormal. This whole aspect of keeping the mystique for what people have expectations for, Bill, with regards to a place as iconic as the Conjuring House. Would you agree?
Yes. I am really curious. I want, when I go there on Halloween weekend, I want to go into those woods, and I'm going to bring my equipment because I have the perfect equipment for that, George. My low light resolution camera, my Sony.
Right.
I want to check out the property too, because Cody was definitely having some type of experience out there.
Absolutely. Very importantly, too, for those of you that if you are looking at checking some of the stuff out about the Conjuring House and you just decide to peruse around Dead Air Full Spectrum, the YouTube channel, Julie's done some fantastic camera work. And one of the things that she also had done was walk around the property with a 360 camera. It is the neatest thing. I think it's the next evolution of investigating where when you are walking down the hall, we always have that feeling there's something following right behind us. To be able to have that camera and in review, go back and take a look at what it is that you're experiencing as an investigator. Well, Julie's been bringing that out to several of the locations in the New England area. I absolutely encourage you guys, after the show is over, to go to Dead Air Full Spectrum and check those out. And again, repetitiously make sure that you guys do click that subscribe button. Very important. And also the thumbs up and a reminder bell for upcoming content. Because I said in 2 weeks, we got Nick Groff joining us. I believe next week, based upon what Ken said, we may do evidence review to this experience this weekend, what they capture as far as video, audio, and people's personal experiences. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we get from that. Now I'm looking on the camera for Cody to come back up. Cody and Satori, I know the camera's there, but they've got audio and video down.
I think Satori might be making her way there now.
Yeah.
Screen. George, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you, because I'm not aware of this. Does anybody ever stay overnight in this home?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Many a time. Now, the prior owners to Jacqueline were the Heinzens, and we had them on the show several times, including give us, I think, our very first tour of the Conjuring House that anybody had ever seen. And so, they lived there for over 2 years, but it took its toll. It took its toll mentally, psychologically, physically. There were a lot of things that were weighing on them. Now, if you talk to the owners, they say it's really not from a paranormal standpoint. They actually felt at peace with the spirits that they live with. But there were trespassers they had to deal with. There were, investigators that were coming in and, excuse the expression, demonizing the location right off the bat. Are you evil? Are you a demon? I dare you to scratch me. Things like that they had no control over. That is being kiboshed. That's being taken care of with the new owner, Jacqueline, that you are not to go in there and start stirring the pot, so to speak. So we're thrilled about that. But yeah, they even had caretakers who stayed there, and some investigators got a chance to stay and sleep there overnight. Sure. Is that something you'd be willing to do?
Definitely.
You're an insane man.
Would you?
Hell no.
Come on.
No, I need my air conditioning and my nice clean sheets at the Holiday Inn Hotel just down the way. That's where I stayed.
In a flicker right next to you. You know what I mean?
I've been out to places investigating until 5 a.m. What investigator hasn't? But there comes a point in time where you have to switch it off. You've got to turn it off and be able to just relax, because it's draining. If you're an investigator, being out there investigating, anybody in the chat can understand it's draining as all hell. So you want to be able to just not. I did that one at Myrtle's Plantation. Myrtle's Plantation, the room that I was in, I knew and I sensed that there was something that was in the bathroom staring and I could not go to sleep. I eventually checked out and went to a hotel a little closer to New Orleans to spend the night because I was just so exhausted waiting for something to happen. So you have to step away from it without question. Yeah, well, the time is getting a little bit tight here, so I'm hoping we can
Yeah.
get them on screen here in just a few minutes. And I'm going to send a message there, Bill. So if you want to talk to the audience for a second as I message him.
Go for it. The thing is, George, quickly,
Yeah.
when you said that you were in the vehicle, did you sense something that you were uncomfortable about entering the home, or because you said you didn't go in?
No, if you have anxiety
But
for anything, roller coasters or heights, crowds, large crowds, things like that, it was that sense of anxiety, and I really don't have any anxieties whatsoever. But this was the only time I felt anything close to this was at the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum when I was on the geriatric ward section, and the only thing that kept repeating is come and play with me, come and play with me, come and play with me.
Wow.
And later on down the line, a friend of mine, investigator who was closer to the location, actually caught the recording of come and play with me from that same area.
I think we may have Cody.
Yeah, I think we're up here now.
Yes, we are.
All right. Cody Satori, can you hear us?
Yes, we can.
Fantastic. All right. Now we are about 10 minutes or so away from the end of the show because Bill is a slave driver and he's got to go out to the next marketing tool. So
we can stretch to 15. We can stretch to 15.
Okay, quick idea what you guys are going to be doing, what it's about, and then let's proceed forward because, guys, this is mind-boggling.
You go.
Well, Satori and myself, we're going to try our method of communication to see if anybody wants to come through. We've had good luck at the house, so hopefully something happens. We'll give it a shot, though, and can't make any promises, but we'll give it our best shot.
All right.
All right. And this is tapping, guys. If you've ever seen seances where they tap on the table, back in the turn of the century, they have brought this to the forefront in today's investigations. So,
All right, so for anybody in this room that's listening and wants to witness this, just know, if you get scared, let me know. If you need a break, let me know. What it sounds like is when we have physical touch, that's why I don't touch him, you'll hear what sounds like footsteps coming into the room. They'll get louder and we'll establish a form of communication. The spirits of this house know it very, very well, so they may kind of jump ahead of me on some things. And we'll try to spill it out. Why are you spinning around me? All right. All right, so let's see what we can get, okay? If anybody's here and you can hear me, you can come sit down if you want, Andrew. Yeah. We're going to ask you to come into this room. We have some friends here. Can you come closer? And when you're here, I know it's a lot of people. When you're here, and just to let me know you understand me, can you stomp your feet 4 times to let me know you understand me? 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you so much. It's great to talk to you tonight. 1 for yes, 2 for no. You stomp your feet, okay? Do you understand me? You give me a yes, no? 1 for yes? Yeah, I heard a little one. All right. Thank you. That was very loud. All right. So are you somebody we have talked to in this house before? Yes. Ooh, crickets. All right. So can I ask you your name? I'm going to go through the alphabet. The first letter you knock, I'll restart. Second letter you knock when I get to it. I have a feeling you know this, but okay. All right. Let's show them how it's done, okay? A. I'll restart. A. All right. A, B. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G H I A B C D E F G. Is this Abigail? Yes, Abigail. Can I just have your last name for confirmation? A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. Did I miss it? Yeah, I go a little fast, don't I? I'm sorry. Do you want me to restart? A. Arnold. Good job. Hi, Abigail. All right, so Abigail Arnold. Can you just confirm for me? Are you spelling something? Hello? Abigail, is this you? Somebody else walk in? Can I ask for their first name? Ooh, hello. We ask for your first name, okay? Abigail might help you. A, B, C, D, E, E. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. What? Earl? First name's Earl. Can I get a last name? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K.
Kenyon. Kenyon.
Earl Kenyon? Is that your name? Okay. That previous owner? Yes. All right, can I just confirm, do you remember the year you died? The year you passed on? Are you spelling something? Words? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, W, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, with? Next word. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, S.
Yes. Sarah.
Who's Sarah? Who's Sarah? His mother. Oh, well, thank you for confirming that for me. That was a very loud yes. Are you spelling something? Hello? You have to stay here so I can hear you. When you walk away, it's hard to hear you. Thank you. This is Earl. This is Abigail. Hi, Abigail. You're so sweet. Abigail, can I just make sure with the year you died? Just let them know. I'm not trying to call you old or anything, I promise. All right. 1700s, 1800s, 10s, 20s, 30s, 40, 50, 60, 70, ooh, 60. Okay, 60, 61, 62, 63, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1869. All right, thank you so much. All right. Is there any other questions you'd like to ask Abigail?
Can anybody confirm that?
I'm on Ancestry right now.
Okay, we're just going to confirm the
Can we
date.
get an exact date? Can I go through the months and then the days? All right, January, February, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, February 10th, 1869.
February 10th, 1869. Abigail Arnold.
Perfect. Thank you, Abigail. That's very sweet. Thank you for being so helpful.
Thank you.
Is there, can I spell something? How many words? 2. First word. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, W, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, with. Who are you with? Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. O? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Oliver?
Olive.
Olive. Yep. I don't remember that last time.
Confirm maybe, just to make sure.
What? Confirm the name?
Confirm that that's who we're talking to.
You're with Olive? Can you confirm that?
Who's Olive?
Yeah.
Who is Olive to you? A, B, C, D. Daughter? Daughter Olive. Okay, so Olive's with you right now? Awesome. Is there anything that you or Olive would like to say to any of our friends that are here tonight? About you? Or the house? One word? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, A, N, A. I'm sorry. A, N. Okay. The word and? A, B, C, D. Andrea?
Andrea.
Okay.
Hi, darling.
You want to say something to Andrea? What would you like to say to Andrea? She's right here. Are you thinking hard? Okay. How many words? 4. First word. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, W, A, B, C, D, E. We, is the word we, okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I.
We miss.
Miss.
Miss. So it's
We, miss, is the next word you? No. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y. Your? We miss your family.
Oh, that's sweet.
How long do we have?
Yeah, we're right at the top here, guys. So
Actually, we are going to go. For those listening on kgradb.com, we're going to go to the top of the hour programming, but we are going to continue the show here on video. So if you want to tune in for those that are listening, we are going to continue the show.
The extra time.
Dead Ass Full Spectrum, KGRADB. We're going to keep going with the show.
Look at that.
Okay. We'll say goodnight to you off when that magic box is off, okay? But for right now, we'll just get this last thing. How many words? One, two, three. 3 words. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. V? S T U V V. A B C D E F G H I J I. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S. Visit. Is it the same thing you said last time? Visit with respect? Okay.
Yes.
Of course, we'll listen.
Of course, yes, ma'am. Always.
Can I show them something real quick before you go, Abigail? Because you're so nice. Can you keep stomping your feet as loud as you can? I want to show them something. And that's how it works. So we can't control that.
You know you're never ever allowed to break up. You think we don't worry about this shit? Well, it's like, okay, the greatest thing that's ever happened to the paranormal world. You better get married. I'm a minister. I'll take care of this. All right.
Let's do this right now.
I thank you guys for coming.
I love you both so much. You don't know what a gift that was.
They're still here.
All right. Can somebody just, I'm just going to say goodbye. Amanda, you want to put that on me real quick?
Yeah.
All right. You got me?
All right, let me get a better angle.
I just want to...
That was amazing.
Okay, guys, if you can hear me, we're going to wrap up here right now. So thanks for staying with us a little bit longer. And I know that nobody can see this, they'll see it on the replay, but I just wanted to say on behalf of all of us here, we're going to go around the room. Thanks to Tim, thanks to Amanda on the phone, Cody, Satori, thanks to everybody, Andrea, everybody who had a part in this tonight to take us through. So, and of course, Jacqueline, who was so kind as to have us here. And and thank you to my wife too. Number one, for putting up with me for 40 years. Number two, for being here. And Julie DeMay behind the camera, invaluable.
Excellent.
So let's pan around the room. Everybody wave goodbye to our audience.
Thank
you so much.
Thanks to all of you there. Thank you so much for doing this.
Incredible night.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Take care, guys. Thank you so much.
Annabelle over there.
Thank you so much, everyone there.
Bye-bye. All right, guys. All right, that wraps it up then. And Bill, thank you for being such a spectacular co-host. I want to thank everybody in the chat for your participation. Hit that subscribe button, please. So very important. Also, thumbs up if you enjoyed tonight's event. And we will talk to you soon. Until then, my name is George Lopez. You've been watching Dead Air Live on the Dead Air Full Spectrum channel. Good night.
Good night, everybody.